कृष्ण महाराज दंडवत प्रणाम।
दंड दंड। हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण। वंदेहम श्री गुरो श्रीकपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। Hare Krishna. First of all, offer my obedience of obeisances to lotus feet of Asmari Guru Pad Padmanitila, pray to the Guru Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Then offer obeisances to lotus feet of the Reddy Sannyasi Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Reddy Maharaj. Offer obeisances to lotus feet of Namanishta Santashi Aniruddhas Prabhuji. Jagat Guru Nitila Prishtam Vishnupad Shishimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupad's lotus feet whose disappearance we are celebrating. Please accept my humble obeisances. So, we are discussing Madhuri Kadambi, and first we'll do some Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा, कृष्णा कृष्णा, हरे हरे, हरे राम, राम राम, हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा, कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम, राम राम, हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा, कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम, राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा, कृष्णा कृष्णा, हरे हरे, हरे राम, राम राम, हरे हरे, गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय, राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय, गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय, राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय, हरे कृष्णा, कृष्णा कृष्णा, हरे हरे, हरे राम, राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा, कृष्णा कृष्णा, हरे हरे, हरे राम, राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण, कृष्ण कृष्ण, हरे हरे, हरे राम, राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा, कृष्णा कृष्णा, हरे हरे, हरे राम, राम राम, हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा, कृष्णा कृष्णा, हरे हरे, हरे राम, राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा, कृष्णा कृष्णा, हरे हरे, हरे राम, राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा, कृष्णा कृष्णा, हरे हरे, हरे राम, राम राम, हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा, कृष्णा कृष्णा, हरे हरे, हरे राम, राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा, कृष्णा कृष्णा, हरे हरे, हरे राम, राम हरे हरे, गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति, गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति गोविंद दामोदर माधवेति हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Damodar Madhaveti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti. He Krishna, he Yadav, he Sakheti, Govinda Damodar Madhaveti. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Bol Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Govinda. So, first of all, I want to offer obeisance to the feet of Asmade Guru Pad Padma Nitila Prashth Guru Sri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Nitila Vishnu Pad Jagat Guru Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada Thakur, disappearance they are celebrating. Also offer obeisance to lotus feet of Rendi Sannyasi, Shishibal Bhaktivedanta Rendi Maharaj, Namnishta Sant Shri Das Prabhu, and all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis who are gathered here to accept my humble obeisances. Well, we are very fortunate to come in the line of Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada was actually ray of Vishnu, as it is called, Krupaya Hari Kirtana Murti Dharam. He was a personification of Hari Kirtan. He was born in the from the illustrious father Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He was a very devotee, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He was incarnation of Kamala Manjari, and Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada's name was Nayanamani Manjari, the beauty of the eyes of Srimati Radha. And it was predicted previously that a great personality will take birth in Purushottam Kshetra, Utkal Purushottamat. So we are here in Gaudiya Math, sitting in the lotus feet of Srila Gurudev Shripad Dandi Maharaj and Sri Prabhuji, only by the mercy of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. If this great Mahapurush would not have come, then there would be no Gaudiya Math, there would be no Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, and there would be no Gaudiya Math at all. Only he is the founder, he is the source of everything. So we are eternally indebted to his lotus feet. That because of him only we are practicing bhakti. All credit goes to him. Because Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Bhaktivedanta Madhav Goswami Maharaj, they were all his disciples. So we are the grand disciples, great grand disciples of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, and we are very fortunate to be in his line. So, in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is told, Kaivalyam Satvikam Jnanam Rajo Vaikalpikam Chayat Prakritam tamasam jnanam manishtham nirgunam smritam. Shri Krishna said, O Uddhav, knowledge aimed at attaining monistic liberation, Kaivalya Gyan, is in the mode of goodness. Knowledge based on the bodily conception is in the mode of passion and foolish. Materialistic knowledge is in the mode of ignorance. Knowledge in relation to me, however, is transcendental. In his explanation of this verse given in his Krama Sandarbha, Sri Jiva Goswami writes, Kevalasya Nirvisheshasya Brahmana Shuddha Jiva Avedena Jnanam Kaivalyam. Knowledge of the oneness of the pure living entity, Shuddha Jiva, and the featureless aspect of the absolute Nirvishesh Brahma is called Kaivalya Gyan. This Kaivalya Gyan is awakened by the influence of the mode of goodness. Thus, the word Kevala indicates Nirvishesh Brahma. In other words, the mode of goodness awakens knowledge of oneness of the pure soul with Nirvishesh Brahma. Srila Vishwanath Thakur makes the point that firewood is compared to the quality of ignorance. Firewood. Smoke to the quality of passion and blazing fire to the quality of goodness. Like this. So you'll see that generally firewood. Um, there is a lot of firewood actually. And you'll see here that this firewood is lying here. This firewood is lying here. And this is actually represents the mode of ignorance. Because inside the firewood, there is fire is there, but it is in the dormant form, latent form. There is what you call it, thermal energy is present inside the wood, but it is in the latent form. When you light up the fire, then first smoke comes. Smoke represents the mode of passion, and the fire itself represents the mode of goodness. Understand? So you'll see that smoke. Smoke will be coming, and this smoke is actually is also very hot. Like you burn the wood, and you'll see that smoke is coming. The smoke actually represents mode of passion. huh. But then sometimes the wood is burning with clear flame. Like you'll see here, this wood is burning here, and the wood represents the mode of ignorance. There's some smoke around also here, little smoke, that is very less mode of passion. And then the blazing fire, this is actually the mode of goodness. This is what Srila Vishwanath Thakur Pad is telling. So here, but some heat is felt due to the fire. The impersonal aspect of the absolute Nirvishesh Brahma manifest in Sattva Gun, not in the smoke-like mode of passion. But some heat is felt due to the fire. Fire which manifests from friction is present in firewood, which represents the mode of ignorance. Understand? Basically, you may not have experience. Generally speaking, well, how we get fire? Then we have matchsticks. Then generally there are some matchsticks in India. Like these are matchsticks, and at the front portion of this matchstick there is some phosphorus is there, and then on the side of this matchbox there is some element, some sand, or maybe something abrasive. They call it abrasive. Abrasive surface is created artificially, and due to the friction between the phosphorus or any inflammable material like phosphorus and the abrasive material, there is a light is there. But previously, the fire was created uh, by Arani. Arani. Arani is actually you'll see here that previously they used to have Arani fire actually. Means two wood. two pieces of wood actually is to create this fire. So here see actually uh, then they may be showing actually that how two pieces of wood they rub against each other and the fire is created. So anyways, it is possible by rubbing wood against each other you can still create fire like that. They can create like that. There is a like he's doing, you see that he's drilling, he's creating fire, rubbing two pieces of wood, and slowly you can see the smoke is coming, and he's able to get the fire out of rubbing of the wood. So it means that actually inside the wood the fire is there. Another way of getting the fire from wood is use a magnifying glass, and then you focus the magnifying glass. You use the magnifying glass, and magnifying glass will focus the light of the sun, and then the fire will come like this. So the point I'm making is, but Vishwanath Thakur is right. He's telling that a fire which manifests from friction is present in firewood, which represents the mode of ignorance. Similarly, Satchidananda Tattva is present within Shiva, Lord Shiva, who is the presiding deity of the mode of ignorance. Now, there's a footnote. Srila Vishwanath Thakur raises the point because one could consider that since smoke is superior to wood, Brahma, uh, who represents the quality of passion, may be superior to Shiva, who represents the quality of ignorance. So Srila Srimad Bhaktivedanta Raman Goswami Maharaj is telling, Srila Vishwanath Thakur raises the point because one should consider that since the smoke is superior to wood, Brahma, who represents the mode of quality of passion, may be superior to Shiva, who represents the quality of ignorance. Understand? So, fire which manifests from friction is present in firewood, which represents the mode of ignorance. Similarly, Sachidananda Tattva is present within Lord Shiva, who is the presiding deity of the mode of ignorance. Consciousness exists even in deep, dreamless sleep, which is a function of tamogun. This indicates that the non-absolute permeates Lord Shiva. That same supreme truth manifests himself as the guna avatars of Sri Brahma to create, of Sri Vishnu to maintain, and of Lord Shiva to annihilate the universe. The systematic analysis of ontological truth reaches this conclusion. So you'll see that the Brahma, he actually, you'll see here that Brahma is sitting in lotus, and he is actually wonderfully situated in a lotus. This is the four-headed Brahma, and there is a lotus, and you'll see that there is actually a stem of the lotus, and inside the stem of the lotus, there are all the ingredients are present for creating the 14 planetary systems. So, in the stem of the lotus, which is coming from the navel of Garbhodaksa Vishnu, there are all ingredients for creating the 14 planetary systems are present. Brahmaji will take these elements in the stem of the lotus and he will fashion the 14 planetary systems. But actually, where the stem is coming from? The stem is coming from the navel of Vishnu. So, if the stem is coming from the navel of Vishnu, the Vishnu is actually primary creator and Brahmaji is only secondary creator. So, Brahmaji represents the mode of passion because to create something you need passion. And Lord Vishnu, you have to maintain something, to carry on something needs goodness. And annihilation, it requires the mode of ignorance. Understand? So Lord Shiva's third eye, Lord Shiva, you'll see that he will open the third eye at the time of cosmic annihilation. So when Lord Shiva has a third eye, generally speaking, there are two eyes, but you see Lord Shiva has third eye. This third eye he will open at the time of cosmic annihilation. And then light will come from that, the fire will come out and it will burn the world to ashes. Now you'll see that Lord Shiva, why he destroys everything? Because just like the Gurudev gives an example that and I'm that a farmer setting field on fire. You'll see that actually. After he has taken out the crop, he will actually simply set the field on fire. Hmm. And because he wants to take the next crop, so he'll simply, in India, you'll see that these farmers, is a very common situation that they have reaped the harvest, and they have reaped the harvest, and they are simply set the whole field on fire. So all the dry grass is burned, and then the next again they can take the crop. So this is exactly the Shiva's job. He will set whole the universe on the fire. But in this is a big problem in India actually, because Delhi is surrounded by four states: Haryana, Punjab, and also Uttar Pradesh, like this, and maybe Madhya Pradesh also, or Rajasthan. So all the farmers on all four sides they burn the grass, the hay, and then it causes pollution in Delhi. So anyway, this is exactly what Lord Shiva does. He simply sets the whole material world on fire. Understand? That's what he does, and that's why the new creation begins. New creation begins like that. That is Shiva's job, annihilation. So the systematic analysis of ontological truth reaches this conclusion: the two types of dependent entities, those covered by ignorance and those not covered by ignorance. Atheshittavyam chaitanyam cha sarvadasha bhave. Sentient beings controlled by Ishvara, the Supreme Lord, are known as Jivas. Uh, So they are classified in two ways according to their condition: those covered by ignorance and those not covered by ignorance. Sentient beings not covered by ignorance are also of two types: those invested with the Lord's potency of divine majesty and those not invested with that potency. Understand? So basically, you say that he's Pashupatinath. Pashupatinath. Pashu means the living entities. He is the Lord of those living entities. Like you'll see that generally speaking, the deity of Lord Shiva has four heads. But if you go to Pashupatinath temple uh, in Nepal, if you go there, then you'll see that actually it has five heads. Lord Shiva Bhole Panchamukhe Ram Ram Hare Hare. Is actually this thing, this Pashupatinath deity actually. Pashu means all the living entities. He is the master of all the living entities. And Srila Bhakti, I heard the story that Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj, he actually went to Pashupatinath temple in Nepal, and no one is allowed to touch the deity. But Vaman Goswami Maharaj, the pujari saw, and the king allowed him that let him worship the Lord Shiva's deity. And Vaman Goswami Maharaj um, apparently had one ring in his hand, and that ring may be some other metal. But maybe as soon as he touched, as he was doing Abhishek to the Shivalinga in Nepal, then his ring turned into gold. Then he told the pujari that actually I, I want to return this ring to you because it is become gold. Then pujari said yes. On the top of this Shivalinga there is actually a touchstone, the philosopher's stone. And if you touch it to any metal to it, it becomes gold. So that's why the king doesn't allow anyone else to do puja. But you are a sannyasi, he allowed you. Something like story like I heard like this. Anyways, so Pashupatinath means the Lord of all the living entities. And how many living entities are there? Then it is said Jalaja Navalakshani, Sthavarani Lakshavimshati, Krumaya Rudra Sankhyato, Dashalakshasya Pakshinam. So you'll see that Padmaprani is telling like this: Jalaja Navalakshani, Sthavarani Lakshavimshati, Krumaya Rudra Sankhyato, Dashalakshasya Pakshina. So when Prabhupada was giving this class, the Padma Puran says, Jalajana Lakshani, Sthavara Laksha Vimshati, Krumayo Rudra Sankhyakya. There are Navalakshani, 9,900,000 species of life within the water. We begin our aquatic life because the whole world was in the beginning full of water. So we had to live within the water. There are 9 100,000 species of life within the water. Jalaja Navalakshani Sthava Lakshmimshati. And when the water dries up, as soon as the land comes out, the trees and plants begin to grow. 2 million types of trees and plants. In this way, there are 8,400,000 species of life. What do they know? The botanist and the biologist. So it is very serious. People should take it very seriously. Krishna consciousness movement, it is not a humbug thing. Uh, It is based on authorized scriptures, Vedic literatures. Unfortunately, we have no customer for this knowledge. Yes. So here Bhaktijan is asking, doesn't Krishna take any special mercy of flowers that are offered to him? Prabhupada, yes. When it is offered to Krishna, yes. Therefore, we offer flowers to Krishna. We are doing service to the flowers. Where will they take their next birth? They don't become butterflies. Prabhupada, that may be understood later on. First of all, because it has come to Krishna, there is something good. The tree which has produced that this flower, he is he is benefited because he is offering his energy. Krishna consciousness means offering one's energy to Krishna. The energy is derived from Krishna. It should be offered to Krishna. So here Prabhupada is making. So anyways, what we are trying to tell is that there are many type of living entities, Jalaja Navalakshani, many sentient beings, living entities. They are classified in two ways according to their condition. They are those who are covered by ignorance and those not covered by ignorance. So for the reader to understand the difference between Lord Shiva, who is counted as a manifestation of Lord, and Sri Brahma, who is counted as a living entity, Sri Vishwanath Thakur first differentiates between two types of sentient living entities. At the beginning of this section, it was stated that there are two categories of sentient beings: independent Swatantra and dependent Aswatantra. Aswatantra Chaitanya refers to the sentient entities under the control of the Lord. These dependent sentient entities are further divided into two categories: those engrossed in ignorance and those not engrossed in ignorance. Five kinds of miseries, kleshas, afflict those engrossed in ignorance. Nations, avidya, a false conception of I and mine, asmita, material attachment, raga, aversion, dvesha, and absorption in material objects, avinivesha. Such sentient beings are covered by ignorance and controlled by the results of their actions. Since time immemorial, they have taken birth in species of demigods, humans, birds, beasts, agonizing in the blazing fire of the threefold miseries. The second type of sentient beings are not engrossed in ignorance. Since time immemorial, they have been free from ignorance and untouched by the mundane conceptions of I and mine. They are further divided into two types: those invested with the Lord's potency of divine majesty, Aishwarya Shakti, those who perform superhuman acts, and those not invested with that potency. Jiva is liberated from ignorance. The Gyani merges with Brahma, but the Bhakta relishes the charming sweetness of Bhagavan. Now let's see an example. There is actually how the suppose there is making petha. So you'll see that how they make petha. That petha is a very famous actually. Petha is actually very famous delicacies in India. Understand? So a lot of people they relish petha. And you see that this is a very famous sweet. In the train also they sell it. And in order to release this petha, actually they melt some sugar. Suppose one ant will jump into the molten sugar in the petha factory, then it will become one with the sugar. Then that ant cannot release sugar. But suppose another ant doesn't jump in that squadron of molten sugar, but rather separately eats the sugar. So you'll see that this ant is relishing sugar. So ant is relishing sugar, and you can see that ant is happily eating sugar. Understand? Ant is eating sugar, no problem. They are relishing the sugar. But if it will jump into the boiling cauldron of molten sugar, then it will become one with the sugar. Then it cannot relish anything. So the point I am making is that in order to relish the qualities of Krishna, we don't have to merge in Krishna or use bodily effulgence. We keep a separate identity always. So Jiva is liberated from ignorance. The Jnani merges with Brahma, but the Bhakta relishes the charming sweetness of Bhagavan. अनाविष्टम स्थूलतो द्विविधम ज्ञान भक्ति साधन वशात ईश्वरे लीनम अलीनम च प्रथमम शोच्यम द्वितीयम तन माधुर्य स्वादि अशोच्यम. The sentient beings who do not possess the potency of divine majesty can be broadly categorized into two groups: those who have merged into Ishvara through the cultivation of jnana, and those who have not merged with him and have been established in eternal servitude. The sentient beings in the former category are in a deplorable condition, deplorable state. The sentient beings in the latter category can taste the Lord's madhurya, so they are not at all pitiable but full of transcendental bliss. Like Hanuman. Example is a Hanuman. He was offered actually. Lord told him that he said, Hanuman, you merge in me. Lord Ram, he proposed to Hanuman, my dear Hanuman, I give an offer to you. You merge in me. Let's become one. Then Hanuman said, no, Lord. Bhavabandha chiddai tasya spurayamina muktai. Bhavan prabhur aham dasa iti atra vilutyate. Lord Ram told, you merge in me. Then Hanuman said, no, I don't like this offer. Because if I merge in you, then you are my master and I am your servant. This particular relationship will break off. So I want to maintain eternal separation from you, eternal separate form from you, in order to release service to you. So Hanuman did so much seva to Ram. He was the chariot of Ram, because Ram used to ride on his shoulder and shoot arrows. No. Till Indra gave chariot to Ram, he didn't have a chariot also. And he told Hanuman, Tumamama Priya Bharata Hisama Bhai, you are as dear to me as Bharat, my brother. Although he's servant, but you see, and always Ram is present in his heart. He did so much seva. He burned the Lanka, and he particularly gave this particular ring to Mother Sita, which Ram's ring, to bring consolation to her heart. Ram gave him a ring that if you find Sita, give my ring to her. Then Hanuman crossed the Lanka, gave his ring of Ram to Sita, and also he burnt Lanka, came back to Ram. Ram embraced him. And after the coronation, when Ram offered him a very nice pearl necklace, Hanuman was breaking the pearl by his teeth. Then Sita said, why you are breaking the pearls? He said, I am searching Sitaram inside the pearls. Then Sita said, is Sitaram in your heart? Hanuman tore open his heart and showed that there is Sitaram in my heart also. So today we see that Hanuman's heart, always Ram and Sita are present. He didn't merge. He never and never merged. He's always massaging the feet of the Lord, always doing some menial seva to Ram. That's why he's a great Ram Bhakta. And sometimes he's sitting in a island. Which island? Actually, he's sitting in one island, and there he's always singing the glories of Sitaram. He's always chanting the name of Sitaram, 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 like this. And there is one Gandharva by the name Arshtrisen. This Arshtrisen Gandharva, he's actually assisting and singing the glories of he's singing the glories of Ram, and Hanuman likes to relish these glories of Ram just to hear that. So Hanuman is actually always present and is doing so much seva. So this is very good. We don't want to merge in God. Always want to enter service to Bhagwan by staying separate from him. So those not invested with the Lord's potency of divine majesty are also two types. The first are those who cultivate Brahma Gyan, thinking themselves to be one with transcendence, and such living entities merge with the featureless aspect of the absolute truth, Nirvishesh Brahma. That is, they attain Sahajya Mukti. Some achieve Ishwar Sahitya, meaning they merge with the form of the Lord, who is replete with divine attributes. We should understand that even though Gyanis think themselves to be Brahma, they cannot possibly become Brahma. Their separate existence remains because they are not independent sentient beings but eternally dependent sentient beings. They are not personal expansions of the Lord Swamsha. Rather, they are eternally separated expansions within Namsha. The situation of these Gyanis is said to be lamentable because they are unable to savor any of the qualities of Brahma. In merging with the impersonal Brahma, that which is relish, the person relishing and the act of relishing are one and the same. These Gyanis, these Gyanis are thus deprived of the ecstatic taste of, or of innate bliss of service to the Lord. Intelligent persons therefore prefer hell to Brahma Jyoti. Understand? So you see that the preferred hell to Brahma Sahitya. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told. Kaivalyam narakayate Tridhapura akasha pushpayate durgante indya kala sarvapatali Rotkhadanstrayate vishwam purnam sukhayate vidhi mahendra vishakitayate yat karunya kataksha vaibhavatam stam gauram evastu maha. You'll see that actually there's some hell in scriptures. You'll see that different descriptions of the hells come. Hell is the place where you are punished, actually. Um, where suppose you have association with someone else's wife, then you have to embrace the hot iron statue, burning statue of that woman. Then, if you eat the meat of animals, then you will be also tortured like that. So, hell is actually a place where there is so much torture. Hell is a place where there is so much torture. All corporal punishments are given there, bodily punishments are given there. So, hell is a very deadly place. Punishments are given in this place, hell. But merging in Brahma is like hell for the people. Merging in Brahma, you don't want to merge in Brahma. Better to go to hell. At least in hell, sometimes some pure devotee like Narad Muni can come and chant the holy name. But if you merge in Brahma Jyoti, maybe pure devotee may never come there. So hell is better place than the merging in Brahma. So in merging with the impersonal Brahma, that which is relished, the person relishing and the act of relishing are one and the same. These Gyanis are thus deprived of the ecstatic taste of innate bliss or innate bliss of service to the Lord. Intelligent persons therefore prefer hell to Brahma Sahitya. Merging with the form of Lord, Ishwar Sahitya is even more lamentable than merging with the featureless aspect of the Lord, Brahma Sahitya. Because while Nirvishesh Brahma contains no variety, the form of the Lord is the absolute, is the abode of innumerable variegated varieties, qualities, forms, and pastimes. And the jivas who merge with him are deprived of relishing that variety. Who is more unfortunate than one who lives inside a storehouse of honey, yet remains deprived of tasting even a drop of it? Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 6.269 says, Brahma Sahijya Haite Ishvara Sahijya Dhikara. Merging with the form of the Lord is even more pitiable than merging with his bodily functions. Understand? Understand. So you'll see that here Sri Vishwanath Thakur is giving an example that there is a honey jars. There are, if you go to many honey jars, a store having many honey jars, like we once went to Altai Islands, Altai Mountains, and we went there and you saw that there was so much honey was being sold on the street. So, suppose lot of honey is available to you, and you don't relish even one drop of it. So, Bhagwan is full of so many sweet qualities. Madhura Madhura Metan Mangalam Mangalana Baraha Pidam Nataparva Pukarana Yokarnikaram. He's so charming, very attractive, very gentle smile on his face, wonderful teeth like pearls. He's having wonderful peacock feather, yellow garment. smiling face, very gentle, very kind, and you still merge in him, what's the use? Uh, so you are living in a shop selling honey and not even testing one drop of honey. Understand? So this is the condition. Understand? So we should not try to merge in the beautiful form of Bhagwan. We should not try to merge in the bodily effulgence of him, but rather we want to serve him. We want to relish that wonderful form by our eyes and want to serve that form by our eyes, hands, and by all our senses. This is the aim and object. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Brahma Sahijya Hete Ishvara Sahijya Dhikkara. Merging with the form of the Lord is even more pitiable than merging with his bodily effulgence. The second type of sentient entity that is not invested with the Lord's Shakti does not merge with the Lord. Rather, by practicing bhakti in moods such as servitude and friendship, he attains the Supreme Lord in the form of his servant, friend, and so on. He thus becomes fortunate to relish immense sweet happiness of serving the Supreme Lord. Uh, So basically, you'll see that Hanuman is always serving the Lord, and Arjuna is a friend. So you'll see Arjuna and Krishna, they are so many friends, good friends. So Arjuna is always relishing with Krishna in a friendly mood. And Krishna is consoling him. Tam tha krupaya vishta ashupurna pulekshanam vishidanta vidam vacham vacha madhusudana. Arjuna was perplexed on the chariot. Krishna gave him guidance. Here you see that Bhishma is shooting arrows at Krishna, at Arjuna, strong arrows. And Krishna told Arjuna that Arjuna, why you are not shooting arrows at Bhishma? Just because he is your grandfather, you are not shooting powerful arrows? Okay, I will take weapon in my hand, or maybe chakra, or broken wheel of a chariot. I'll kill Bhishma now. And then Arjuna said, no, Lord, I will kill him. Please don't break your vow. You've taken a vow of not lifting any weapon in this war. So much friendship. He was doing anything for Arjuna. Understand? And you'll see sometimes this says that Krishna and Arjuna went to Kailash, and Lord Shiva offered him many powerful weapons. Like this story may have come also in the Puranas. So Krishna and Arjuna, there is friendship. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shri Vijaya Bhutir Dva Nitir Matir Mama. That where Arjuna is there, where Krishna is there, then there will be certainly victory, auspiciousness, all the good qualities are present. This is the friendship. You see that Sena Ubhayor Madhya Ratam Sthapay Me Uchchita. Here Krishna has taken the job of a charioteer. He has taken a lower position, and Arjuna has taken the position of a warrior. So Krishna is so much controlled by the love for Arjuna that he has become a charioteer. So you can see this is the power of bhakti. This is the power of bhakti. And Krishna also exhibited a forearm form to him. See my forearm form. But Arjuna was not satisfied. He was not satisfied by seeing the universal form also. He was satisfied only when he saw the two-arm form, full of human-like sweetness. This is called friendship. Rishikesh and Gudakesh. Gudakesh means one has controlled the sleep. Arjuna is Gudakesh. And Krishna is the controller of senses. So, Panchajanam Rishikesho Devadattam Dhanurdhara Poundram Dadvam Mahashangam Bhima Karma Prapodara. So that is the relish. Arjuna is relishing Krishna's sweetness. He is relishing Krishna's Bhakta Vatsalya. This is very good. Not merging in the form of Bhagavan, not merging in the bodily effulgence of Krishna, not good. So he is not at all unfortunate. He is glorious. According to the nature of his cherished mood of service, he tastes the inexhaustible sweetness of Bhagavan, who is composed of eternality, cognizance, and bliss, thereby perfecting his life. The two types of living entities invested with the potency of Bhagavan, Avishtam cha Dvividham. चित अंशभूत ज्ञानादिभिर मायांशभूत सृष्टि आदिभिश्चेति प्रथमं चतुष्षण्णादि द्वितीयं ब्रह्मादि. Sentient beings empowered with divine majesty are also of two types. Those who are empowered with knowledge arising from an aspect of the internal potency of the Lord Shakti, and those who are invested with the creative potency which arises from the aspect of illusory energy, Maya Shakti. The former category includes the four sons from the minds of Brahma, namely Chatussan, Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatan, Sanat, and Sanat Kumar. The latter category includes Brahma and others. Those invested with the Lord's Aishwarya Shakti are of two types. The first are invested with the Lord's transcendental potency, Chish Shakti, or the Lord's divine majestic potency of transcendental knowledge arising from the Lord's internal potency. Examples are the four sons born from the mind of Lord Brahma, Sanak, Sanat, Sanatan, Sanat, and being always immersed in transcendental knowledge of Sri Hari, they wander here and there unconnected to the creation of material universe. So they are invested, the four Kumars are invested with the Lord's transcendental potency, Chit Shakti, or Lord's divine majestic potency of transcendental knowledge. These are the four Kumaras. These four Kumaras actually they are always naked, and they actually went to the gate of Vaikuntha, and they were encountered with Jai Vijay. Understand? So you see that these four Kumaras came, and they are the mental born sons of Brahma. When they smelt the fragrance coming from the lotus feet of Tulsi, the Tulsi afforded the lotus feet of Krishna, they were attracted to Krishna, and they were wanted to enter into. First, they were Brahmavadis, but later on, they were attracted to the personal form of Vishnu, and they wanted to enter Vaikuntha. But Jay and Vijay stopped them purposefully because Jay Vijay wanted to take a demon body and fight with the Lord and give him the happiness of fighting with him. So therefore, these two eternal associates of the Lord at the seventh gate of the Vaikuntha, they were stopped. And then they cursed Jay and Vijay to take birth on the earth as. So these four Kumaras, they are eternally perfected beings. Jay Vijay they stopped them. And these four Kumaras, Sanak, Sandan, Sanatan, Sanat, they are liberated persons. And they have this transcendental knowledge, this Shakti or transcendental knowledge. But actually, the second living entity who's endowed with the Bhagwan's Aishwarya Shakti of creation, and that is Lord Brahma. He has the potency of creation. So he is endowed with the creative potency, which is an aspect of the illusory energy called Maya Shakti. So Brahma, you'll see that he's always creating the universe. So Brahma is the creator, and he is the God, generator, operator, and destroyer. He's generator. He's actually the living entity who's empowered with the ability to create the universe. So here you see that Brahma is four-headed Brahma. He's having four hands also, and he is the creator, secondary creator of the universe, Lord Brahma, Pitamaha. Pitamaha is called, as he called. So those invested with the Lord's Aishwarya Shakti are of two types. First are invested with the Lord's transcendental potency, which is Shakti, or the Lord's divine majestic potency of transcendental knowledge arising from the Lord's internal potency. Examples are the four sons born from the mind of Lord Brahma, Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatan, and Sanat Kumar. Being always immersed in transcendental knowledge of Sri Hari, they wander here and there unconnected to the creation of material universe. The second type are invested with a portion of the Lord's external potency, Maya Shakti, to perform acts such as creation. This refers to Lord Brahma, the grandfather and father of the universe, whom Sri Bhagavan invested with his Maya Shakti to accomplish the creation of the material world. In Sri Bhagavatamritakana, Srila Chakravarti Thakur has identified the four Kumaras as Leela avatars, pastime expansion, and Sri Brahma as a Guna avatar. In this way, the ontology of sentient beings can be easily understood. So here, Chaitanya Tattva, the ontology of sentient beings, independent, the all-pervading Lord, and dependent, the minute living entity who pervades the body. Now, independent entities divided into Narayan and so on who are beyond the touch of Maya. Shiva and so on who accept the touch of Maya for Leela. The dependent living entities are the minute living entity who pervades the body. They are also divided in two parts, not covered by ignorance, covered by ignorance. Demigods, humans, birds, beasts, etc. Those are not covered by ignorance are divided into two parts, invested with the Lord's Aishwarya Shakti and not invested with the Lord's Aishwarya Shakti. That is further two divisions, invested with the Jnana Shakti, an aspect of transcendence, such as the four Kumaras, and invested with the creative potency, an aspect of Maya, such as Lord Brahma. The non-invested with the Lord's Aishwarya Shakti are the Jnani who merges with Nirgun or Shagun Brahma, which is deplorable. The Bhakta who relishes the sweetness of the names, forms, qualities, and pastimes of Sri Bhagavan, which is laudable. So we'll stop here today. Although Sri Vishnu and Sri Shiva are not different, only Sri Vishnu is to be worshipped. So we'll start next time from this particular small verse or aphorism. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatra Kripa Sindhu Pradhanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo. So I'll do Kirtan now 10 minutes. If anyone has any questions, please ask. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. We'll do 10-minute Kirtan, Nama Sankirtan, okay? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol 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 Hari Bol Jai Gaudamanandi Manchakal Patru Vaishya Krupa Sandhu Vaja Pradhanam Pavane Bhyo Vaishnava Devatamana Ananda Kuri Vaishnava Ki Jai Jai Gaudamanandi Hari Hari Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dhanyavad Pranams. Thank you so much for attending this class. So there's no questions. We'll move on to Chaidivani Ananga Mohan Prabhu, please. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Radha Vinod Vyari Ji ki Jai. Vishnupad Ashtottara Shashi Vishnu Deity Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Vishnupad Ashtottara Shashi Bhaktivedanta Dandi Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Vishnupad Ashtottara Shata Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Vishnupad Ashtottara Shata Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट विष्णु पारष्टो तरशत श्रीमद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी महाराज की जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट विष्णु पारष्टो तरशत श्रीमद भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट विष्णु पारष्टो तरशत श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट परम भक्त प्रभाल श्री गौर किशोर दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट श्री सच्चिदानंद विनोद ठाकुर की जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट वैष्णव सर्वगुरु श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय श्री गौड़िया वेदांत आचार्य श्री भूषण प्रभु की जय श्री विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर की जय श्री नरोत्तम श्रीनिवास श्यामानंद प्रभु तराय की जय श्री कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय श्री रूप सनातन बात रघुनाथ जी गोपाल बात दास रघुनाथ सत गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय राम प्रसाद वृंद की जय नाम आचार्य श्रीला हरिदास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम सुखो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद गदाधर शिव सती गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री अंतरदीप मायभू सीमंतदीप गोदीप मध्यदीप कोलादीप ऋतुदीप जानदीप मोदधूमदीप रुददीप पद्मकाश नवदीप धाम की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपाल गोपी गोवर्धन द्वादश वनत्मका श्री ब्रजमंडल की जय श्री राधकुंड गंगा यमुना तुलसी भक्ति देवी की जय श्रीमती वृंद देवी की जय श्री पौर्णमास योगमाय की जय श्री गोपीश्वर महादेव की जय श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्र सुदर्शन चक्र जीव की जय श्री क्षेत्र मंडल की जय सर्व विनाशकर श्री नरसिंह देव की जय भक्त प्रवास प्रहलाद महाराज की जय चार धाम की जय चार संप्रदाय की जय चार आचार्य की जय अकरमल राज चैतन्य मार्ग की जय श्री श्री केशव जी गौड़िया मत्सम की जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद भागवतम की जय श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय सामगार भक्त वृंद की जय गौर प्रेम हरि
हरि हरि बोल क्षमा करो हरे श्री आनंद मोहन प्रभु जी की जय
Hare Krishna Dhanyavad Pranams. Thank you, Maharaj, for attending today. And thank you, dear devotees, for attending. And we'll see you all tomorrow for Java Dharma classes. So thank you, Hare Krishna, Dandavad. Vanchika Patribhascha Kripasnabhi Vacha Pachidana Bhavana.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Ma. Dandavad. Thank you, dear devotees. Hare Krishna.